Hello friends, this is Monish and welcome to the world of literature. And it's a beautiful day. I'm at the park and I just finished reading As a Man Thinketh by James Allen, first published in 1903. As you can see, it's a little book. Large fonts, hardly any pages. Doesn't take much time to read this book. But I'm sure you're aware the legendary status this book enjoys with all the readers who are out there reading self-help, motivational books. So yeah, the title itself is a bit of a spoiler. We know what this book is all about. So I'm going to straight away jump into my 3 key takeaways from this book that will help you decide if you want to read it or not and what can you expect. So the number 1 takeaway is that our thoughts, every thought that we have is the seed of all manifestations, whether physical or emotional or out in the world or within us, be it mind, body, or soul, health, wealth, relationships. Everything starts with a thought. And that kind of makes it a little scary because we keep having so many thoughts all day long and we don't really control them, right? But yeah, as per the author, these thoughts will manifest and will make the life that we live, whether we want it or not. So the understanding that the thought is so powerful is, I think, a revelation. The number 2 key takeaway from this book is that the author quite subtly, and I believe the reader, you and I, we will realize this when we read this book. Happy thoughts are not always right or good or correct thoughts, you know? Like, oops. Happy thoughts are not always right, good, or happy thoughts, because imagine, it's a little breezy, imagine yourself having a gourmet meal or the junk food, donuts, burgers, pizzas with a large milkshake, and it's a happy thought. I want to do it every day, every night, all my life. But then, is this correct? Is this right? What is it going to lead to? It's going to lead to deterioration of health and not much positive. Whereas, think about studying for an exam, or having that hard conversation, that difficult conversation with your boss, your spouse. That's not a happy thought, right? It's quite the opposite. But then it's required. It's necessary. So I think the second key takeaway is that we need to distinguish between these happy, sad, but right or correct or wrong thoughts. And that will help us, achieve what we want to achieve in life. The third most important key takeaway, and it's not really in this book, but it's what I have learned in my life, and of course by reading other books and whatnot. And not just me, I mean, any person who is on a journey of self-improvement will realize this and vouch for it. So the key takeaway, let me explain it this way. We know that we can't really always control our thoughts, you know, and we have millions of thoughts every day. Every day, right? And some we ponder upon things, you know, but essentially there are so many thoughts running in our mind all the time. So if we can't really control these thoughts, we're bound to have negative thoughts, we're bound to have pessimistic thoughts. Some are seemingly happy but not correct. But we know, I mean, through meditation, through these ancient Indian, Hindu, Vedic practices, that there were people who dedicated their entire lives, years and years, in trying to control their mind, their thoughts, right? So it can be done. But that's a little difficult. However, what I see as a key difference, extremely significant for us to be able to get the most out of this book and to implement these ideas in our life, is that we cultivate the right, correct, positive, the thoughts we want to have by taking action upon them. So I feel like having a glass of whiskey right now. I mean, it's a thought that just came into my mind, but then I didn't take no action on it, right? Every evening I feel like I get a thought of, you know, making a great alcoholic drink for myself, but then I don't act upon it. Slowly and steadily I will not act upon it for a long time, and there you have it, the kind of life that I'll be leading. Or another example, I have this thought that I want to wake up early tomorrow morning. So I go to bed early and I wake up early tomorrow morning. Now I act upon it again tomorrow, the day after, and so on. And soon it'll become a habit and it'll be a no-brainer, right? So yeah, and if you don't want to take my word for it, then Krishna, he talked about nothing but action, karma, in Gita, and there is no other book that can explain it better or can really help us achieve things in life. I mean, after all, it's a religion, it's a scripture. So guys, there you have it, my 3 takeaways for James Allen's As a Man Thinketh. A beautiful book, a must read, and a masterpiece. And please give this video a huge thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Until next time, happy reading. So long.